Hi, one best videos. I'm Peter Loshak, saying next week's Mike Brenner. This is the NBA Odds Couple Show for Monday, March 21st. Mike Brenner, you just continue chugging along, don't you? What did you do last night in the NBA?
2-1. 2-1, you know,
That's
I'll take
chugging
it.
along.
21-10, my last 31, so I'm feeling like I'm just staying productive. And we have a kind of a tight board today. With that being said, let me just pan over and show everybody where we're at. Yeah, 2-1 yesterday, 91-69, so getting up there, 56.9%, damn near at 57. My goal is to finish up in the 60s. I still think I'm capable. Playoff time is the best time of year for me in the NBA.
Yeah.
All right, Pete. Had a rough day yesterday, some close ones, 0-2, 41.
Did you see that under in the Boston game?
Yes, I did.
And I also
trust me, I was like pulling for you,
I
buddy.
bet the first half under too, and I was like, I should have just stuck with that. Couldn't believe it. That's the way the NBA goes. That's the way the NBA goes.
Never bet again. Sometimes that's what it stands for after you lose a couple. But 0-2, but promising to bounce back today, 47%. And he went nuts, put out 10 picks in the Odds Couple Show for college hoops today. So let's see what he's got in store for us on this medium-sized slate today.
Well, kind of big. 9 games on the slate, and I'm sort of still feeling my way out on the whole card. I've got a couple of.
That scares me a bit.
I actually haven't made any bets on this card yet, but there's a bunch of interesting situations. First one, how many bets do you have? How many picks?
I have 4 plays today.
4. Okay.
No, excuse me, 5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them involves Cleveland. You know, Cleveland. They're coming off of a big loss. They've lost 4 in a row ATS, and they're just looking kind of fatigued and kind of. This is what I mean. This is one of the games I'm feeling out. Like considering how Cleveland has looked and how Denver has looked for quite a while now. 11 points feels like a lot of points,
I know,
right?
They have not been covering. They bit me in the ass twice. I used them on the half end the game, and Miami just owns them. They have their number, and I don't know when it's going to end, but they are involved.
But that wasn't the only game that they were looking sluggish.
No, not at all. No. It's LeBron. When's the last time you seen him put the team on his back and score 35 or 40? It's been a while. I don't know what's going on, but that team is lacking chemistry. It all leads to the coach.
And
He's
energy.
got to go. Energy, everything. But there's nothing threatening out of the East anyway. I don't see it happening this year anyway.
Right.
But I got news for you. If Miami gets up against him in the playoffs, Cavs are in trouble.
Really?
Yeah, they're in trouble. Wow. But they are involved in one of my plays today.
All right, let's hear it.
It's a 3-team teaser, so I'm going to put it out there right now. Golden State should be minus 7 after the adjustment because they were 13.
Yep, yes.
Okay. Cleveland should be minus 4.5 after the adjustment, or 4 because they were 11.
They are 11, but that would make them, if it's a 3-teamer, that would make them 5.
Yes, exactly, man.
No, that
is 11. They're 11.
They're 11.
Okay, I thought they were
minus
it's March
11.
Madness, so excuse my math, which ain't so good off the rip anyway.
No. The only math that matters is that math over there. 56.9%.
Math is accurate. So, okay, Golden State again will be minus 7.
Yeah.
All right, Cleveland will be minus 5.
Yeah.
And Boston Celtics should be minus 2.
Ooh, yes, absolutely.
Right? That's a 6-point adjustment. So again, Golden State, Cleveland, and the Celtics, 3-team teaser, and it's going to cash. Baby.
All right. Now, the Boston one is another game that I was sort of feeling around. They're both off back-to-backs. Boston also feels like they're just kind of a little bit, not the kind of team that deserves to be that big of a favorite. My sense is that Orlando plus 8.5 would be the side. Why would we not want Orlando plus all those points?
You might want that on the full game, Pete, but you know me, I love my first halves, and I think a lot of momentum was picked up. This is why this is my second pick.
Really? All right, let's
Celtics
hear
on the
it.
half, I grabbed it at minus 4, and it's 4.5 now.
Right.
Because I checked before I came in, so I'm putting it out at minus 4.5.
Really?
The reason I like it is they finally got that big win the other night, and it was huge, which they cashed for me on
Philly.
that. It doesn't matter. Mentally, that play's huge. Mentally, then you're going back
home.
Does
it though?
Yeah, it does, Pete.
They know Philly is ass.
Yes, they do, but they also knew the last 3 performances were ass.
Right.
So they had to turn something around. They did it. Now you got a tired Orlando team now. Let's not mistake.
Sure.
They're going to be tired. Yeah. I think Boston has the mojo of the first half at home. I like it minus 4.5, but they must find a way to subdue that Victor Oladipo. That kid is a beast for Orlando.
Yeah. See, that was another one. I was leaning on the under at the opener at 214.5. Now it's 216.5 market wide. So that line got bet up. I could also see that one by tip-off closing back down to 214. And if that's the case, then I think that will be a very sharp play, and I'll definitely be on that. I don't know if I want to get it now.
Are you feeling like it's a trigger puller
I don't
know.
No, that's one where I really am going to have to wait until to see
we can't
what the
wait too long.
Yeah.
We're going to be out of here
and then Denver, Cleveland. I was also leaning to the under on that one. Cleveland, it just feels like they're sluggish. Are they going to be explosive offensively? I don't think so. It
Haven't
feels
done
like an
that in a
under,
while,
right?
You know, and if they do, it'll be Channing Frye. It damn sure won't be J.R.
Man.
Smith. I'll show up when I want J.R.
Yeah,
Smith.
tricky card. All right, and then Golden State, of course, coming off of the loss. They are a 12.5 or 13-point favorite over Minnesota. You already said you liked them in a teaser.
I got to put this out there. I got to do this. I got to just cut you right off. I have 3 more plays on Golden State. Are you ready for this?
I thought you said you had 5. You just added them just now.
I had them in a teaser. I have them in the first quarter. It's available.
Oh, okay.
-4. Trust me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Market wide.
Okay.
I got them in the first half -7, and I got this 7.5.
7.5.
7.5, and I got this pissed off team on the game -13.
Ooh, well, why don't we give you 12.5?
I'll
Because
take
with
the 12.5.
Pinnacle and Bet Online have 12.5. But yeah, the first half is 7.5.
All right,
the best line
the
market-wide.
Spurs held them to 79 points. That was amazing. Seth Curry had one of the worst games he's had all year, which we know that's going to happen from time to time. They figured out how to defend them, and they are missing. They're missing 2 of the big guys,
Yeah.
Iguodala, and they're missing.
Yeah.
Oh God, I forgot his damn name.
So you're seeing a big bounce back from Golden State here.
I'm
then.
seeing a huge bounce back. I think
Okay.
they go on the road and they take it out on the poor Minnesota Timberwolves. And I'm just telling you, it's going to happen early.
You don't think
it's going to
maybe-
happen often, and it's going to happen fast.
You don't think maybe at this point in the season they're like, we know we're awesome. It's okay that
No.
we lost. To
Guess why?
Why?
72 wins for the Bulls.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm telling you, I know a
All
little
right.
something here.
Yeah,
Trust me,
Mike
that
Brenner.
number didn't happen because
No,
of a mistake.
absolutely.
I
That's
didn't
for
throw a
damn-
dart
that
against the
is
board.
for
I didn't ask
damn
my daughter.
sure.
Even though
That
my
is-
daughter was 3-0
that
last
is-
week.
Really?
So, yeah,
No,
Brianna,
runs in the family.
I'm
That's
telling
for
you, she
damn
loves it.
Skippy.
Brianna Brenner,
All right,
look out.
let's quickly just look at Washington, Atlanta. 2 teams that are playing well. Atlanta, a team that we've both been generally high on recently.
Yes.
High line, though, 6.5. Do you have anything to say about that one?
No, that will be one I will sit back as a fan and enjoy it because I like the momentum. And I don't know if you knew, but they picked up Tim Hardaway Jr., who has put in 41 points in the last 2 games for the Hawks.
Yeah.
This team resembles last year's team. Budenholzer, it took them a minute to reel him in and to live without DeMarre Carroll. They've done that. Millsap, Horford, everybody's accepting the role, fitting in nice. Kyle Korver's even gotten out of a slump. Jeff Teague's clicking on all cylinders. Wow, I love the Hawks.
Yeah, all
But
right.
I'm not touching them tonight. I'm going to pop a beer. Wouldn't be surprised, though, if they get the win.
All right, so did we hit all your plays?
I'm going to review them real quick
review 'em.
because that'll give you
Yeah.
time to do what you need to
Yeah.
do on your homework. All right, I got Detroit on the first half, which I had not talked about.
Oh, talk about that one quick.
Yeah.
First half -4.
Yep, exactly. Versus Milwaukee. Detroit's another team that found some offense. I think Drummond establishes the pace. Under the boards early. Detroit's pushing for a playoff life. Milwaukee, they're not alive for no playoffs. I don't believe anyway. And it's -4 at home. So I love Detroit on the half -4. That's my first play. Golden State on the quarter -4. On the half -7.5. And the game -13.
12.5.
Mine's 12.5. Excuse me.
Yep.
Better write that down. Thank you. 'Cause
Yep.
You saved me a time or 2.5 a point. All right, I got the Celtics at -4.5 on the first half, and I got a 3-team teaser, and I'm just going to
Wow.
give you the teams. Whatever your adjustment is, it should be based on 6. Okay, Golden State, Cleveland, and Boston Celtics. All right, that's 5 solid picks.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 solid picks.
Yeah, I'll
Holy
tell you,
shit.
I got a bunch of leans. I'm leaning the under in Denver, Cleveland, leaning the under in Boston,
Lean's a lean,
Orlando.
a pick's a pick.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
these
I'm
guys
also
want picks.
and I'm also leaning the under in Sacramento, Chicago. That was interesting the way Sacramento went very low scoring against
Yes.
Chicago. You have any sense of
That
Chicago?
was the one that also you were thinking about jumping on
Yeah,
Sacramento
and
on the
is
side.
the oh, right. No, I did bet it. I bet that
You
one.
bet it, I know,
cashed
but
it,
you almost pulled the trigger on the play, so.
My sense is that. Do you have any sense on Chicago? Are they going to be explosive offensively, or do you think
Hell,
about
the
seeing
only
another-
sense I got on Chicago is and it's not their fault, but that's a head case team
Yeah.
because of everything up and down, who's going to show, who's not. I mean, when your center that you're depending on is Taj Gibson,
Yeah.
which nothing against him, the guy's playing like he was, 28 again, but I don't know. that's one I got to stay off of. I
Yeah.
just got to
Well,
stay away
I'm
from
leaning
it.
heavily towards the under. I'm probably going to wind up being on it, but I can't pull the trigger on it now. The only one I can pull the trigger on,
Pull
first
it.
half in Spurs Charlotte under 96.
Okay, first half Spurs Charlotte under 96.
That's the only play I can
That's
give right
the
now,
only
but I have
play.
a ton of leans, and I've
Okay.
revealed
I got a
them all.
feeling you're going to have a 1-0 night. I'm feeling it, and I'm going to pan over if we can. Just check this board out before we wrap up because I'm telling you, it's March Madness, but it's NBA playoff push, and I love it, Pete. I love it. Okay, again, I'm 91-69, 56.9%. Going to push it up. 6 very solid picks tonight. I'm not afraid to put them out there. Pete, 41-46. He's putting one big one out. All right, but he will tell us tomorrow all the bets that he put out, and he didn't
absolutely.
pick, and that's
No,
not
but
my
you know what
fault.
they
He
are.
didn't pull the
Denver,
trigger.
Cleveland under, Sacramento,
I'm
Chicago under.
cutting you off right there. I'm cutting you off.
Orlando,
I'm not going to
Boston
listen to
under.
that shit today. 41-46. He's got one out, so he will push that number up. But again, Never bet again, not for me, baby. I love it. I love it. I love what's happening in the NBA, Pete. I love what's happening in college right now. It's a good vibe. It's a good feel, so let's keep it rolling.
Sounds good. Well, why don't I do a tale of the day on you? Which would
Tale
be
of
your
the day.
favorite? That Detroit one feeling pretty good. What would you say your favorite
My
play is?
favorite tale of the day would be the first half minus 7.5 Golden State.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, don't do it then. I've given you no reason to doubt my tale.
Yeah,
have I?
absolutely.
Have I?
I'll take Detroit -4 in the first half.
Okay, I hope you just didn't jinx me. Jesus. Okay, we'll see. All right, bro, I got to get out of here, buddy. We got to wrap
We'll
it
be
up.
back tomorrow.
Great show.